Harvey Buster Baldwin became ill with acute myeloid leukemia aged 6. Having spent many weeks in Worthing Hospital, he was intrigued by the vacuum pod that took his blood away to the pathology lab and wanted to find out more. The children's ward arranged for Harvey to visit the laboratories where he met Malcolm Robinson, Chief Biomedical Scientist. Seeing the positive impact the tour had for Harvey, an idea was born, and just 11 days after Harvey's farewell, Worthing Hospital had their first Harvey's Gang tour and officially launched. Today, Monkey and I are off to the hospital. Come on then, Monkey. Here we go. We're going in for our Harvey's Gang tour. We'll see Malcolm in a minute. I'm so excited. Are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. Hello,
Hi,
Malcolm.
Helen. How are you? Pleased to meet you.
Hello, Malcolm.
Hello, Barnaby. How are you? Good. Excellent. Good morning, Monkey. Pleased to meet you. We've got your blood sample up in the laboratory, so if it's all right with you, we'll do our Harvey's Gang tour up in the laboratory. Should we go up there now?
Brilliant.
Excellent.
Let's go. We'll have our Harvey's Gang tour now.
Brilliant. Barnaby?
Let's go. Good boy. You two look really smart in your lab coats.
Well, hi, Monkey. This is our specimen reception area, and your sample has just come down the pods. So what we'll do is we'll take your samples out, and so it's ready to book them in, and then we'll put the pod back in to send it back up, back to the ward. So we put the numbers in where we're sending it back to, and those will go up through the chute, all the way back, all over your head, all the way through the hospital, back to the ward.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. It's gonna go.
Whoosh.
Hey! Oh, that was brilliant.
Wow.
Did you see it go?
And there it goes, back up to the ward, ready for the next patient samples to come in, back down to us again. Now what we'll do is we'll take your samples through into Specimen Reception, and we'll get them labelled and get them on the computer system. Is that okay with you, Monkey?
Yes.
Great.
Excellent, let's go.
Right, Monkey, we're now in Pathology Specimen Reception, and we're going to book this sample in, and we're going to give it to Kat to book in. Hi, Kat.
Hello. Yay.
So we can see Kat taking the samples out and putting a barcode sticker on your samples, ready for the samples to go onto the track system so we can watch your samples go round and get processed.
Oh, your samples are going to go on a track,
Thanks,
Monkey.
Kat. Follow me, Monkey, and we're on to the next stage.
Let's go.
Now, Monkey, what we're going to do is we're going to put the samples onto the track system. So these samples need to go on the track system. So we need to tell the machine what we're doing. We take it off there like that, and then we put your samples in that gap there. And we push that all the way in and take the old one off. Now what we can see now is that automation is taking your samples off and putting it on the track system. Do you see them going?
Did you see that? It picked them up. It is just like a railway track. Choo-choo. Wow.
So now we go on to find out where those samples get processed.
Oh, come on, let's go. What does this machine do, Malcolm?
Well, this machine, Monkey, is a centrifuge, and what happens is that it takes the samples off a track onto the centrifuge and it spins it down, because then we can use your plasma. And that is a whizzy machine.
And what's plasma?
Well, plasma is the fluid that carries all of the cells and all the chemicals around your body. So this is a centrifuge, or a whizzy machine.
Look.
And we put our samples in, and here I've got 2. We put them in the centrifuge, like that, make sure they're balanced.
Let me see.
And then we turn it on, and what it does is it spins round fast. It whizzes round. It's a whizzy machine. And what that does is it separates the red cells from the plasma. The reason we need to do that is that we test the plasma, and we need the plasma separate so we can test.
So look, your blood has come out of the centrifuge now, and it's straw coloured and red. I'll pop it in here, Monkey.
So what happens now, Monkey, is these tests are for coagulation.
What's that?
Well, coagulation is clotting tests, and we do that to make sure that you're not bruising. And what we need to do is we need to do those tests on the yellow plasma and not on the red cells, and that's why we had to put it in the whizzy machine. Now we need to put it into this machine, and the machine does all the tests, and it tests for the clotting factors to make sure that you don't bruise.
Monkey, if you fall over and graze your knee, your blood clots to make a scab. That's
does.
what you mean, isn't it?
It does.
What does this machine do?
Well, this machine, Monkey, does a full blood count. What that means is it counts all of your cells that are circulating. So we're looking at all your red cells, all your white cells, and all your platelets.
So the red blood cells carry the oxygen around the blood.
It does, yes.
The white blood cells fight the infection.
They do.
Goodness me. Monkey, your body is amazing.
It is.
Oh, that's a good question, Monkey. Monkey wants to know, how did you do blood tests before you had machines?
Well, Monkey, we used to have to do all of this by hand. And when I first started, we used to do 30 samples a day.
Gosh.
Now we do at least 1,100 a day.
Wow.
That's a lot of difference.
Monkey's blood is on this slide.
Monkey's blood is on this slide. Look down the microscope, Monkey, and we can actually see what we're looking at. Can you see?
Oh, yes. What's this?
Well, that's a red cell that carries oxygen around your system.
Brilliant. What are these?
Those are your neutrophils. Those are your white cells that fight bacterial infections. And the little purple ones?
Oh, look, can you see
see it,
them,
Monkey?
Just there.
They're your platelets.
So they're the ones that stick together to make your blood clot.
That's correct. Well done. This machine tells us what our blood groups are. It's important for our blood groups because if you are sick and need a blood transfusion, we need to make sure that you get the right blood group.
So if you need a blood transfusion and you know your blood type, where does that blood come from?
Well, we have people donate blood very kindly. That goes to Bristol to get tested, and that gets delivered down to us. And then we store it in the fridge, ready for when you need blood. So what we do now is we need to put them into their plastic bags individually and then book them in to the computer system. So you can see they're all different with their blood groups, with their expiry date, because we wouldn't want to give you out-of-date stuff, would we?
Oh no. So this is O positive.
Yeah, that's O positive. And these then would be going into the fridge. So in here, Monkey, we've got our plasma shaker.
Ooh.
And our plasma shaker stops when we open the door, and we have our platelets.
So this plasma, this is the straw-coloured bit at the top of the tubes.
This is a straw-coloured bit at the top of the tubes just above the red cells, and that's the platelet-rich plasma that gets put into these bags.
Why does it need to shake in the
Because
fridge?
we need the oxygen to be moved around like we do in your body. We do that in the here to make sure that the platelets are kept alive. And these are called chicken soup or yellow triangles.
Chicken
depending
soup
on
or
which
yellow
hospital you go to.
triangles? That's funny, but we know that really it's plasma.
Have a good day, and I hope everything goes well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
It's
very
been
much, Helen.
brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And
There we go.
see you later, Monkey. Do I get a hug?
Yes.
Go on then.
Oh, thank you.